Hey everyone, today we're going to be opening up this potted meat from the 1980s. I have two cans of it here. Today we're going to be opening up one of them. Potted meat from the 1980s. 3 cents off the regular marked price, it says. If you look on the back, there's the ingredients. Beef tripe, beef hearts, cooked beef fat tissue, solids, water, partially deflated beef fatty tissue, salt, pork vinegar, garlic, sodium bite. Don't know how to pronounce that one. Flavorings, sodium nitrate. And right here we have some brand new containers. Just picked these up at the dollar store. I opened this one up because I wanted to make sure the little can in there was exactly the same thing. So you open it up. It comes with some saltine crackers. It comes with not even a little spoon, but it looks like one of those little tabs you used to get with the little cups of ice cream, except it's not made out of wood. And here's the can. Very, very similar. The pull tab is a little bit different on it. Yeah, we're going to go over the differences. The entire can looks different on it. All right, everyone. So those boxes are brand new. I just bought those at the store. And here's the cans that came out of those boxes. On the left are from the 1980s. On the right are the brand new cans. So it looks like the older cans, you see they have it kind of laid out with pickles and stuff, while the new one, it shows you putting it on a sandwich. See, they still got that same star on their logo. The older one says you would get 3 cents off this can. Nutrition information. But I'm most interested in the ingredients. Let's look at the ingredients, see what's changed. So I already read off the stuff in the older one. That's a lot of weird stuff. Some of that stuff I never heard it worded like that. The new one says mechanically separated chicken, pork, water, salt, contains less than 2% of mustard, vinegar, dextrose, sodium. That's another word I don't know how to pronounce. Erythabate. Garlic powder, natural flavor. So the new one doesn't have beef at all. I don't know if there's different flavors or not, but I went to a couple different stores, and this is all I could really find on the market now. But we're still going to open it up, see what it looks like. If it looks all right, we'll give it a taste test. And here's the old one. Very interesting. So I wonder if the old product was packaged the same way in a box like that if it came with crackers. Probably not. I'm imagining probably not. And see how it shows this putting it in a sandwich, and it shows you put it on a cracker. So if you use it on a sandwich, you're going to have to use those crackers for something else, maybe to dip in soup or something. So let me give you a look over at the whole can. Take a look at that pull tab. Return if the ring is lifted. And the new one, you see the pull tab is slightly different. Lift ring, pull to open. All right, the new one, what's the expiration date? May 2024. And the old one, unfortunately, a lot of old products usually had date codes. But I placed this sometime in the 1980s. All right, I think we should get to opening this up. So this came from the dollar store for $1.25. About a year ago, they raised their prices to keep up with inflation. About a quarter. And ever since they did that, I haven't been going there as much because I found it more worthwhile just buying a bigger container. Better deal for the amount of money. at a different store. But there are still some things there that are worth going and shopping for. But as far as food, I don't do it as much ever since the price increase because other stores seem to beat them at it. All right, everyone, I got a platter right here. We're going to open up one of the old cans, whatever one is in worst condition. So this one has some wrinkles on it, like it kind of got wet, while the other one has a couple tiny tears. I think I'm going to keep the one in mint condition with the little tears. Not mint condition, but save it for the future. And right here we got the new ones. It doesn't matter really which one we open because I'm probably going to end up eating them both anyways. So we're going to open up the old one first, then we'll open up the new one and see what they look like. All right, everyone. First up is the old can. How much pressure or vacuum is there going to be in here? What do you think? I've never opened potted meat before. All right, it looks like some of the fat kind of solidified in there. Now, is it going to be rotten and stinky like the old Spam? Kind of looks like it. Also, we opened corned beef once, which was so gross. I haven't got a whiff of it yet. It hasn't hit me yet, if it does smell. Let's put it up to my nose. All right, that doesn't smell bad at all. At least not yet. Until I start digging into it. I remember there's been other products. Once I get into the middle of it, it starts being really stinky. Got it on my finger. Not the best utensil to be getting this out with. This is like the pate cat food I gave to my cat earlier on. I don't smell anything wrong with that. I don't have a problem giving that a taste test. Let's open up the new one and compare the smells and looks. Now, the old one is all beef, it says. This one is not beef. Looks very similar, except this one's a little pinker and there's no fat becoming solidified there. Oh, a little bit of it just flew behind me. This smells almost identical. The new one actually smells just like the same company makes little Vienna sausages. It smells just like the Vienna sausage. All right, let's get it out and compare it. Actually, this one might... that one came out all by itself. All right, let's do a taste test of these two products. On comparison now, that actually smells gross. But we gotta give it a taste test. It tastes just like those sausages. This has got to be the stuff they make the little Vienna sausages with. I just can't stand the texture of pate. I've always hated it. Like, I remember 3 years ago on this channel, I ordered bear meat in pate form from Russia, and I didn't mind it. It tasted good, but I hate that smooth texture. All right, here we go. On comparison, this one smells rotten. Smells more like bacon. Ugh. Alright, everyone, I gotta be honest with you. The old product, I would say, it just about held up. It smells a little off, not necessarily bad. It tastes a little off compared to the new product. Not necessarily bad, though. remember, the old product is beef. It's going to be a little bit different. I just had a little piece of it. Was not that bad. I just went and I voluntarily washed my mouth out with soap because I couldn't find the mouthwash. I don't have any at the basement sink. It's actually not that bad, the taste of the soap. I have this orange scented soap. Doesn't taste like oranges, but it's better than the aftertaste of this. So, in reality, I do believe that this would probably be okay to eat the whole thing, but I'm not taking any chances as far as bacteria growth in there, because even years ago, like, I've opened a lot of meat on this channel. Even a year ago, I opened up the Spam right here. I gave that Spam a taste test. Now that, it was sealed, but yet somehow it started rotting. This room literally stunk for 3 days when I opened it, so it's a relief that I can't smell this unless I'm really up close. I thought this was going to be a nasty meat thing that makes the whole house stink again. This Spam was even worse than the Scherstrimming. And the Scherstrimming, you know, people always make videos of that, of them gagging and stuff. I didn't even think that was bad on comparison to some of the things we've opened in here. That wasn't bad. It didn't taste bad at all. It just smelled like a big fart to me. So, let's eat it like I'm supposed to now, with the crackers it came with. Saltine crackers. These crackers are not very strong. You gotta open the whole pack. You can't just rip them out. I actually like that. With the cracker, that's really good. Don't even mind the texture anymore. In a survival situation, definitely would eat that. I do think that would definitely keep you alive. I don't think there was anything wrong with it. But then again, it being a 40-year-old product, who knows what could be growing in that. Again, it was sealed, and that's modern enough that I doubt there would... It's modern enough that I bet it was packaged correctly. Like really old canned food, you got to be careful about botulism and stuff was able to get in there. But that thing was airtight, and I think it was fine. But then again, the Spam there, it hissed and everything. I thought that was airtight, but that was obviously rotten. It looked rotten, but yet I still fried it up on the hot plate in here with some new Spam. You know, I was never really a big fan of Spam, but the bacon-flavored Spam, it's absolutely awesome. I tried that about a month ago. You cut it really thin, brown it on both sides in a frying pan until it's crunchy. It actually tastes like bacon when it's done. It's even nice and crispy. It's really good. So yeah, that left a really bad aftertaste in my mouth. The older one. But it tasted all right when I was actually eating it. I ate only a little piece of it, though, just to be safe. Because if there was something wrong with it and I ate the whole thing, you could get really sick. But if there happened to be bacteria and it was just a little blob like that, I hope my body would be able to fight that. So everyone, I would say that this product is definitely a survival food. And I think this would be a really good thing to actually stock up on and prep, because if you look at this container, these containers haven't changed really at all. They're both aluminum containers with some kind of liner in them. They're exactly built the same. So the new product, I don't see why it wouldn't last as long as this. Yes, the ingredients are a little bit different, but as long as it's salty, it's got a lot of salt in it, right? What's the sodium content in that? 34% of your daily sodium. It is pretty high for that little container. So I do think this newer stuff would be a really good survival food. That would definitely survive for a while. Probably a couple decades, just like this. That, I really don't think anything's wrong with it. But unless it's an emergency, I'm not going to just go ahead and eat really old food. Just shove the whole thing in my mouth. It didn't really taste that bad at all. I'm just being cautious. That's why I only swallowed a little piece. But then it left a not so pleasant aftertaste. So I went and washed my mouth out after that. So this is one of the few products I would say actually holds up the test of time. Most meats, I can't say that for. A lot of meats I've opened up are really, really gross. I opened up a bunch of MRE meats. That was probably one of my favorite videos. I bought this giant case of sea rations. We had so many cans in that thing. The meat was so gross, but that made a great video. Overall, I think a lot of vegetables hold up pretty well. Alright everyone, now it's time to dispose of this old-fashioned product. So, you've seen me in the past sometimes dump it down the sink drain, sometimes flush in a toilet, and also sometimes even burn it outside in a bonfire. But since the last time I uploaded on this channel, there's now a stove in the house, so we're going to incinerate it right in this. Gonna incinerate it right inside this stove. Let's stir around some of those embers. Get them nice and hot. That's a perfect spot right on top of these embers to put that old, nasty meat. Yeah. Alright, now that the door's open, that's really catching oxygen and heating up even hotter and hotter. Alright, here's the product. Let's get the pieces of plastic out of there. Just grab the old meat. Look at that. Old, nasty meat. That's going to attract every wild animal in the area when they smell that coming out of the smokestack. Alright, now it's time to do some dishes, and we'll check back on that in a couple of minutes. We're going to keep the door open so it burns nice and hot. Just going to shut it a bit. It's only been a minute since I went to wash my hands off. Oh, wow, look at that. It's melting. Now it looks like a big poop. Alright, recycled the new can. Got some garbage here. And this old container, I'm going to try to clean that up without water, just a paper towel so I can keep it. The old vintage container. Then that can go on one of my shelves in the room. And the rest of this we can feed to the toilet here. Never wants to stay up. The septic bacteria is going to love that. But that one scraggler didn't want to go down. It'll get its chance in the next flush. Really high water pressure. There we go. All clean. Now it looks like a burnt pile of poop. I kind of want to go outside in a few minutes to see if we can smell it burning or whatever. Alright, so when I have these old containers like this, sometimes I just don't want to use water on them because I'm afraid of destroying them. Yes, I could take the label off, but that, I kind of want it to be on there the way it originally was. In a product like this, you see I can pretty easily wipe it out of there. Even if I'm not perfect and there's a little bit of residue in there, it'll eventually dry up and it won't smell anymore. Just like this. I really didn't want to ruin my corned beef can. And look, it dried up. Now it's like crunchy and I can actually... Doesn't smell like anything anymore. It just smells musty. That's why I went, ugh. But I can now chisel it out of there. I'll do that at some point. I didn't want to throw it out because some of these cans are so rare. Alright, here we go. Let's put this back on the shelf somewhere. Alright, is the next flush going to take this away? Oh, it's in a perfect spot. It just doesn't want to go. We'll try again in a minute. Oh my gosh. It's been about 8 minutes or so. The product has just combusted into flames, and you see it's all burnt around the edges. That's the only thing on fire and burning in there. Alright, round 3. I'm starting to think the toilet just can't handle it. Oh, it's moving a little, but just doesn't want to go. I'm going to push it the next time. The old meat fire is growing bigger. Alright, the meat is no longer on fire, but it's smoking. Alright, let's go outside and we can see if it's smoking. We just recently got a lot of snow. Got about 10, 11 inches a day ago. Oh my gosh, I don't see any visible smoke coming out of the chimney, but I actually smell it. The whole area smells like burnt toast or something. Wow. Feet are starting to get cold. Gotta get back in. Alright, the product has been in here now officially 25 minutes. That's the only thing on fire now. Take a look at it. Let's give it a poke. Is it still munchy or mushy? Or is it... Wow. 25 minutes. Look, this thing incinerated it. It's not mushy or anything. It took all of the moisture out of it. And look at how much it's smoking now. I bet it really smells outside now like burning food. Yeah, we completely incinerated that. In fact, some of the smoke just went back into the room. All right, I think it's safe to say that thing is gone forever. Yeah, the whole room does smell just like that. It smells like burnt toast, whole room. Alright everyone, I hope today's weird video was interesting. Thanks for watching and have a great day.